Dams.
Came in here looking like a bum, bro. You know what I'm saying? Finna do it before and after.
So what we do at Dams is we build confidence. Just check out his energy after. That's it. Don't even look at the haircut. Just feel his energy after. If you can't feel it, then this video and Dams as a whole isn't for you.
I have to show it to you. Yo, I'm nice and bald head.
I don't believe you, Loki.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's why I had to make a Who mixtape, baby. That's why I had to make a Who. I just can't dunk, fam.
Yeah, let's just go a little further. Let's go on to his Instagram. Dev is Dev. There you go. First two pictures. The first two pictures right there. That's us. Back to back, baby.
Dams.
Back to back. You want to talk about confidence? You want to talk about feeling good? Screw the haircut. How do you feel?
Dams.
That's all we care about at Dams. How do you feel?
Dams.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? In today's video, we are going to be looking at another hair transplant journey. I've done a video on this guy before. His name is I Am Rio P on YouTube. He has a couple videos, so this is going to be probably part one of a two-part video documenting his journey to Turkey to the infamous Asli Tarcan Hair Transplant Clinic. If you guys like these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. If I could see a difference, if I could see the difference these videos make, then I will continue to make videos, because although I'm not a hair transplant doctor or hair transplant specialist, I do specialize in non-surgical hair replacement treatments, and I've done a ton of research on a lot of other things, including recently now what I'm pretty interested in, which is hair transplants. So if you like these videos, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm here to help men rediscover their confidence and make educated decisions. You know what I mean? Not just decisions based on hype or social media, but educated decisions. That's the goal. That's the goal. Let's kickstart this video. It pulls up hotel 6 a.m. I think they start the surgeries relatively early in Turkey. That's one of the things. So one of the major differences though that I see is, like, in Turkey they carry out multiple surgeries per day. In America, it's one per day, or two max.
So today, as you can see, this is my first official day in Istanbul, Turkey. Today is procedure day. The hotel breakfast left quite a bit to be desired. Turkish breakfast is very different.
Me, for breakfast, what I eat, fruits. I probably wouldn't eat anything on that plate. So one thing I want to tell you guys about Turkey, for anybody who doesn't know this, is that in Turkey, when you get a hair transplant, everything is planned out for you. So it's like an all-inclusive type of experience. So you go, they check you into your own hotel, you have drivers, like the whole experience is curated. So that includes transportation to the necessary places, your stay in Turkey, and your breakfast, lunch, all that. In terms of survival, they give you everything. I've heard some crazy things where they like pick you up in a Rolls Royce and stuff, pull up in a nice car. So you see he's getting off a bus right now, and wow, check this out. So you see in the lobby, how many guys? There's 6 other guys, 5-6 other guys. Jeez, there's a lot of people here. I've seen this on the YouTube community where people would leave comments saying, if anybody's going to Turkey, reach out because we'll go together. So like guys are going in bunches now to get these transplants. The only thing I would be concerned about is the fact that these clinics in Turkey the popularity is so crazy right now that they're carrying out so many surgeries per day. Obviously, the more you carry out, the better you get, but that is kind of dangerous because a lot of stuff is probably rushed. You know what I mean? You can't cater to everybody's needs the same way. I think that's another reason why they offer, well, this is another selling point. They offer so many grafts compared to like other places in the world. So they'll pull out 3,000-4,000 grafts right off the bat like that, right? I don't know how safe that is. The other thing that people don't realize about hair transplants is after each hair transplant, you lose hair. You actually have less hair than you started with. Because not every hair that's extracted will survive when it's plugged into your head. So you're always left with less hair. So if you're 19, 20 watching this, I mean, you fill in your spots. You fill in what you have to fill in, but forecasting your future, looking at your future, you don't want to over harvest. You don't want to take too much of your donor area away because you never know what you need to fill in the future.
Now it's time to prep and shave the donor area. This hair transplant method is the FUE. If you saw my hair transplant journey, you would know that I previously had an FUT several years ago, which is also known as a strict method. So for that reason, I have a scar at the back of my head. Now, usually they would shave your entire head for an FUE, but I had a special request to not shave my entire head so they could see what my previous grafts were and provide some density. I just had this fear that if they shaved my entire head, they would have been placing new grafts over pre-existing grafts, which would have made me feel like I wasted money on my first hair transplant. So I just wanted to add density to my previously existing grafts and lower my hairline.
Now, I think the more important thing to analyze with hair transplants and what's not being documented on YouTube very often, or at least getting a lot of views on YouTube, is what happens, like when it starts to look good, how long does it look good for? Is that like a short period? Is that 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? How long are these hair transplants lasting for? Because a lot of people get into the hair transplant, like clients, they think that the hair transplant solves all their problems, but it's not necessarily the truth. You will likely have to get more hair transplants. So interestingly enough, he's actually getting a transplant from Asli Tarcan. That's the doctor's name. So he's getting it from the head honcho. So this should be top level. I think every hair transplant doctor should take like a general barber class. I might put that out for hair transplant doctors because the way they're holding this clipper, the way they're moving it, I understand you're a doctor, but like imagine you can go into the hair transplant with a clean skin fade. He's gonna get a bunch of needles in his head. I think that we're gonna count them right now. One, every time they punch you with the needle, they have to massage the area. So that's the anesthesia. Yeah, I'm not counting right now, but he's getting punched quite a bit.
The swollen lip you see here was because of some dental work I had done.
So check this out. People are going to Turkey. They're getting a hair transplant, but they're also getting their teeth done. So you're coming back a completely new person. I think the teeth take effect immediately. So as soon as you get new teeth in, it's like a hair unit. As soon as you put the hair unit on, you look brand new fresh. As soon as you get new teeth, you look brand new fresh. The hair transplant, you go back, you got to cover that up. You know, you don't want people seeing that. It looks kind of messy.
I'm not being too happy. Remember that special request I mentioned earlier? The one about not shaving the top of my head? Well, Fred is the guy I gave it to. And he agreed and confirmed that the top of my head would not be shaved. I told him all about my previous transplant and the graft that I previously had. I thought we had an agreement. And in this moment, he did whatever he wanted to do. I had no clue that he was about to do this. And I was not happy about it. He did me dirty.
Smart. I wouldn't have thought of that. But since he had a previous hair transplant, he did not want to...
He needs some milk.
He didn't want to have to take too much from his donor area. He wanted to fill in the density, bring down his hairline, but he wanted to fill in the density in those corners that he already had. He did not want the area shaved because he didn't want grafts on top of grafts, or he didn't want to just waste the previous hair transplant he got. So he requested that the doctor, or this I don't know if it's a doctor, but request that he did not shave the area.
It's like, bruh, if you were going to do this, then you should have shaved my entire head. You shaved the one area that I was mostly concerned about, exactly where my previously transplanted grafts were at. This is not what I wanted you to do. And if you were going to do this, you could have at least warned me so I'd have knew.
So here, right? We will do the implantation on the shaved area. Trimmed area.
Okay.
Till here. Let me see the other one.
I mean, if you did this, might as well shave the rest of it, as long as you mark where the grafts gotta go.
It will grow, don't worry.
I ended up getting 3,000 grafts transplanted. I'll explain in a later video why I got that many, but to give you the short version, I didn't want 3,000 grafts, nor did I feel that I even needed that many. Homie just shaved an area where I had pretty good density and coverage. I didn't need grafts there. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Then it was time to draw the hairline. In my opinion, this is probably the most important part of this process. sketched how I wanted this to look. So when I was able to see it, I knew exactly what needed to be changed. So basically I wanted to lower the corners of the hairline a little bit. The top of the hairline was good, but the corners were a little bit too high for my liking. I was wanting to achieve a slight slope of the hairline, a little curvature downward.
Because they give you a range. I think the price range is pretty much the same between 1 to 4 or 3,000 grafts. The price range is the exact same. Somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So there you can see right there. So he has in his areas where he's had previously transplanted hair, he's having around 500 per corner. And then for the front hairline, he's plugging in 2,000 to create that new front hairline. So if you were looking at this and you were trying to figure out if you wanted a new hairline that's approximately ½ an inch big, you're looking at around 2,000 grafts to plug in if you want really thick density, because his density is going to be pretty thick.
One last look to make sure it's good. This is the part you want to get right. Then they took me to this room, I'm guessing to promote for them on IG or something. Nobody asked me if I even wanted to do this. They just told me to follow them, and this is where I ended up. I wasn't feeling it at all, but
this is crazy.
I did my best to get. Then it was time to get this surgery going. And after about 5 or 6 hours.
So his surgery was 6 hours long. 6 hours long. There you go. You see the finished product right there. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. That looks pretty good though. That looks pretty dense. There's obviously swelling. Yeah, there you see the back of his head. Looks like his brain is showing. Fleshy, very fleshy. That's what surgery is though. You know, and people love this route right now. Me personally, when it comes to surgery, I'm just like, I want to avoid surgery at most costs. You know what I mean? I don't like my body being opened up, period, right? If I was in a situation like that, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. It depends. It depends how you feel, you know? But I think the biggest step, and that's what I tell people, I commented on somebody who left a comment on the previous video, is just making a decision on whether you want to stay bald, get a hair unit, get scalp micropigmentation, get a hair transplant. Just making a decision that will lift a lot of weight off your chest. You know what I mean? Me personally, I still to this, I think the hair unit route is a really good route because, I mean, you don't have to slice open your body, right? And the other thing that I kind of find about hair transplants right now, this is my one thing. It's really cool. I really enjoy watching the videos. Seeing the progress on YouTube is amazing. But again, the fact that you have to get multiple transplants to me is pretty intense, you know what I mean? And the fact that every surgery you have a little less hair. I think the experience is absolutely incredible. That journey from going from something you don't like to something you really love is absolutely amazing. But I think you can achieve that in easier fashions, you know what I mean? And that's why I think hair unit is one of those ways. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Damps.